So sales and marketing. Now, you've talked to me a little bit about some of the key processes that you take clients through. Can we explain us a little bit about your methodology and what sales in the SaaS market might mean and how you generally structure it up?
Sure. Well, when people come to me, they're usually missing one or more, sometimes all of what I call the 4 pillars of scaling your SaaS company. Of course, if you're going to go through the effort of, like we said, learning a market, learning a problem, and coming up with a solution, developing out that solution, and going through that effort and cost that entails, you've got to have some sort of end goal. So most people, their end goal is they want to have a very profitable company, or they want to have a big exit, or they want to make a big impact. For any of those things, you need to scale. It's not going to be just a life-size business where you and your wife are going to have a fun little time with this. This is almost always something that you want to scale and get to be one of those things you read about in Forbes and Inc. So it makes it something that is a goal that's pretty aligned amongst most software founders. Well, in order to scale, you have to do 4 things, and not just 1, not just 2 or 3. You've got to do all 4. Those 4 things are: first, you need to attract. You need to make sure that you have your perfect ICP, as we talked about, those ideal customers. They need to be aware of you. They need to be interested in you. They need to understand what your product is and what it can do, at least at a very base foundational level. So attract is the first pillar. Once you've attracted them, you've got the right people, now you need to engage. So just attracting them is not good enough. You need to engage on some level. Different companies have different ideas of what their goal is for engagement. Some of them want you to go into a free trial. Some of them want you to talk to the sales team. Some of them want you to experience the product through a sandbox. Whatever it is, you need to engage. And that's where a lot of software companies trip and fall, because they spend a lot of money to generate these leads. A lot of leads come in, and then they don't know how to engage them, how to move them down the funnel and get them to those next stages. And so a lot fall out, and they only get a few people who actually get engaged and start to move through the process. So you need to attract your best customers. You need to engage with them. And the third pillar is close. Once you have an opportunity, once you've gone through all of this effort to spend the money on the marketing to attract them, you've gone through the process of building out engagement methods, now you need to close the deal. And if those people are going to spend their time and put out 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour of time for you and your product, you've got them. You cannot let them go. And so we talk about how do you build an absolutely dynamic demo so that your demo, your sales calls are so powerful. And really what we focus on is emotion. How do you get it so emotionally powerful that people, instead of saying at the end of the demo, they don't say, "Oh, this was nice. I really appreciate it. Let's talk next week." They say things like, "Holy cow, where have you been my whole life? I cannot believe I've gone without this product for so long. We need to get started as soon as possible."